Self-discipline is a form of self-love. It may not sound like it, but in actuality, having a structure and routines in your life will help you immensely in every facet of your life. You avoid a lot of unnecessary problems and events by following orders that you set yourself to do to achieve the goals that you aim to accomplish. First, let's look at the definition of discipline so we can get a clear understanding of what we should be working towards. Based on the Cambridge Dictionary, discipline is defined by training that makes people more willing to obey or more people to control themselves, often in the form of rules and punishments if these are broken, or the behavior produced by this training. So if we paraphrase this definition, discipline is set around having a set of standards, rules that have to be met. And in order to meet those standards, there are certain actions that need to be performed in an orderly manner, hence why the word training is used. Failure to meet those standards mean that you most likely didn't do the actions that you're supposed to do, which is a result of a lack of discipline, which leads to consequences. I know many of my subscribers and those of you who are watching, who watch my content, most likely have goals and certain aspirations for yourselves that you want to achieve in all areas, whether they be beauty, fashion, career, and so on. And regardless of what you want to achieve, none of it will come true unless you build self-discipline. So here are 5 ways in which you can begin to start building self-discipline, or if you've already started, how you can continue to develop it. So the first way is to treat yourself when you accomplish a task. While being in your self-improvement journey, you will have to develop self-discipline. This is a crucial skill to master if you want to see progress and improve. Learn to become your biggest cheerleader, because generally speaking in life, not everybody will clap for you when you achieve something, whether it's big or small. So you may think treating yourself after doing a simple task is silly, but look at it this way. The fact that you have a functioning body that has given you the ability to complete the task is something to be very grateful for. Not everybody is able-bodied, and some people may struggle to do the tasks that you find easy to do, so they may have to find another way around it to accomplish the task. So either way, it's an accomplishment for both situations. Your life can change at any minute from now, and you never know if you'll find yourself in a situation in which you won't be able to do those simple tasks again. There are various ways in which you can implement treating yourself. So you could do it at the end of the day or the week once you've ticked off all the tasks that you were supposed to do on your to-do list. Or you can treat yourself during midday or midweek for completing half of the things that you set yourself to do. Or you can do it straight after completing a task too. But I would say to hold off on that and probably do that as a last resort, because it can actually end up being counterproductive by making you impatient if the task actually takes a long time to do. A big part of self-discipline is experiencing delayed gratification, which is a more preferable way of developing self-control rather than instant gratification. A few ideas in how you can treat yourself are: you can watch an episode or a few episodes of your favorite series or the current series that you are watching. You can paint your nails or just practice any of your beauty regimens. Although for me, beauty regimens are already a standard that I practice daily and monthly, depending on what the regimen is and which part of my body or beauty it focuses on. but I still see it as a way of treating myself whenever I perform these beauty regimens. Also, a little bit of retail therapy, aka shopping, is also a good choice too. But again, this is something that you can quickly overdo, especially if you're like me who loves shopping. So beware of that because your bank account may look questionable. Another way to build self-discipline is to begin with the easy tasks. Some may disagree with this, but this tip enables you to build momentum. It pushes you to complete other tasks which are harder because your brain knows that on the other end of completing the task, you will get some serotonin, which is the happy hormone. And once you've completed the easy or more enjoyable task, quote unquote, you'll get that nice feeling, that nice rush of dopamine from crossing that task off your to-do list. When building self-discipline, you want to make sure that it is sustainable and you're able to maintain it throughout the years because again, it is a crucial skill that you're going to need in every facet of your life. A third way of building self-discipline is to create a backup plan or have a backup plan. If you do not complete or achieve what you aspire to do, that is fine. However, do not give up in the first instance just because you didn't complete it the first time. Things happen which can change your circumstances. You're not in control of everything that happens in your life. There are so many external factors that have an effect on your planned out day, week, year. And despite all this, I still think it is important and smart to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, G, heck, even a plan H. So you see where I'm going with this. An example of this would look like if you are in university or in college and you have a number of lectures throughout the week. And if you happened to not attend a lecture or you missed a few lectures throughout the week, you can dedicate a day in the week. So for instance, maybe Saturday, where you can catch up on all the lectures of the week so that you are on track and don't fall behind for the following week. Having a backup plan allows you to be somewhat prepared for the unpredictable situations you might end up being in. If you're the type of person who tends to get a lot of anxiety from unforeseen circumstances, having a backup plan will definitely put you more at ease and make you less anxious when those unpredictable situations happen. Also, remove any and all distractions. Distractions can hinder your success if you let them. In fact, it is not a matter of they can hinder. They most definitely will hinder you. And in the current world and society that we're living in, there are so many distractions, possibly more than we've ever had before, all thanks to the lovely social media, which can be very addictive, and can make you spend less time on the things that are actually important. While you are working towards something, you can put your phone on airplane mode or switch off all your social media notifications. You will see a big difference in your productivity and you won't even realize that your phone is on when doing these things. Certain people can also be distractions too. If you have friends that are less bothered about having a structure in their life or they live by going with the flow, that's cool for them, but not cool for you. Because you have goals you need to and you want to achieve. Some of those goals have a time frame in which you have to accomplish them by, meaning you have a deadline. So you are going to need to distance yourself from these friends for a while until you've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish and limit your time around them when you do not have the time to waste. The reason is because humans are social beings, and a big part of our social nature is our ability to influence each other. If you're surrounded by a group of people who are hard workers and studious, you'll most likely pick up on those same qualities as well, just by virtue of being in close proximity to them. Your environment can also be a huge distraction too. You may live in an area that is too loud, or you live around a lot of people. There's a lot of people in your house, which makes it hard for you to concentrate on certain tasks. So consider changing environments. Coffee shops, work cafes, libraries are some great places to work in. And this leads me to my last point, which is identify when you are at your most productive self. Your productivity can be affected by many elements like your environment, whether you're a night owl or an early bird, or do you prefer to work in silence, or do you work with background noise? What time in the day are your energy levels at their highest? These are some of the questions you need to ask yourself to tailor your routines, rules, and standards that you set for yourself to make sure that you are at your most productive as much as possible and the most disciplined version of yourself to be able to achieve your goals. You want to make sure you're helping yourself to achieve what you want to achieve by making it doable. You're not always going to be at your best, and that's okay because we all have our moments and it's just not realistic to be on 100% all the time. But like I previously said, you want to have momentum where you're still being somewhat productive and disciplined, even if one day you're on 70%, the next day you're on 45%, and the next 2 days you may be on 90%. If you record your productivity levels on a graph, you'll see that there's a clear pattern of you being productive throughout a long period of time, just at different levels. So these are a few ways in which you can start becoming self-disciplined, or you can continue being self-disciplined. What do you do to be disciplined? Is building discipline something that you're struggling with? If so, what part of discipline do you struggle with? And let's see if we can help each other out in the comment sections, and I'll see you in the next one.